What did you see in someone's home that told you, yep, they're rich? 1. A kid I was friends with in high school. His parents had a new house custom built. Huge house, custom woodwork, beautiful details throughout. Very expensive. I used to go over and hang out with my friend, swim in the pool, watch movies in their theater, etc. But despite all that, the thing that stood out to me was this. One day, I walk in, and there's a brand new Steinway grand piano in the living room. His mom says she wanted to learn to play the piano, so they bought one. I play piano. Steinway pianos are amazing. They play beautifully and sound wonderful. Every Steinway piano is handmade in only one of 2 locations in the world. They're like the Rolls-Royce of pianos. This piano probably cost over $100,000. And they bought one just because she wanted to learn to play. 2. My friend's dad was an oil tycoon. He had a T-Rex skeleton in his hallway. 3. A copy of Architectural Digest magazine with their house on the cover. 4. Not even in their house. I was driving to their home and was looking for which side street off the main road they were on when GPS said, "You've arrived," but I saw no house. Made a U-turn and realized the side street was actually their 0.4-mile driveway. 5. When they have a very confusing sink. 6. A Monet in their office. The penthouse apartment with a direct view of the Empire State Building was also a pretty big giveaway. 7. If your couch isn't up against a wall. 8. Once, a friend invited me to go with him to his family farm for the holidays. I was driving, and it was a long drive. We were driving on a dirt road that was simply endless. 40 minutes in, I asked, "When do we get to the property?" He looked confused and said, "We've been at the property for the last 40 minutes. Basically, the farmland was 100,000 acres big. 9. Visiting friends, and my wife sees a bronze sculpture of a cowboy on the coffee table and says, "Gee, that looks like a Remington," and our hostess says, "Yeah, it is." 10. College friend who had a thick southern accent and generally put out a country boy vibe, though he lived in the DC suburbs of Maryland. Invited us to his parents' house on the border of West Virginia so we could go skiing at Snowshoe. We figured it would be a tar paper shack. The 3-story wall of windows looking out on 300 feet of frontage on Deep Creek Lake was a giveaway the country boy was not what he seemed. 11. They bought 2 apartments and turned them into one huge unit. Walls were torn down, plumbing was modified, etc. They also had a room with separate temperature and humidity control that was used as a wine cellar. 12. I work in real estate and sold a 4-story warehouse to this guy. He was really laid back and paid like $600,000 for it. I told him I wanted to come back when he remodeled it. About 18 months later, he called and said he's done and to come by. The first floor was a bunch of exotic cars, had an elevator. The top floor was his master bedroom, and the roof was his patio. This was the greatest bachelor pad I've ever been in.